still be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready.
Hey cuties, and welcome back to another CC haul. Today I once again have over 100 new CC items for both your male and your female Sims. As always, you can find links to everything in the description down below, and I'll also make sure to link you to a playlist of all of my previous CC hauls if you're in need of more CC after today's video. But without further ado, let's get straight into this. I hope you're all doing well. I am extremely excited after recording this video to get back into Creator Sims and lookbooks. I have been putting that on hold for 2-ish weeks, something like that. I was extremely busy with uni because I did have an exam on Wednesday and I had to prepare for it. I was like very behind on lectures, so I had to watch all of those and then take notes and then revise, which went okay. I absolutely hate revising so much and I'm really proud for pushing through. There were like so many points of me revising where I was like, I'm just gonna, not do this exam. I'm just gonna cancel. I'm gonna sign off, I don't know what the opposite is of signing up for an exam in English. Who knows? Sign out? That doesn't sound right. But I was about to do that every single minute of the day because it was so overwhelming. There was so much stuff. My uni gives you like quite a few examples of the last semester's exams, so I had a pretty good idea of what it's gonna look like. It was mostly multiple choice, and each exam there were like 3 to 4 open questions where it was usually like a question and then kind of split up into 5 different small questions that you had to reply to, and often it was just like a 1-word answer or like a short sentence. So I was prepared for that going in. I was hoping that was going to be 3 open questions. Of course it was 4. I feel like that's really where everything crumbles, because if you revise and you have like a vague idea of something, right, you could reply to multiple choice questions. That's easy enough, but then having to reproduce something of your own memory is a lot harder. Does that make sense? It does for me, because if I see what examples there is, because I think there were like 4 to 5 different things to choose from per multiple choice question, and that is so much easier because you can kind of, some of them you can already be like, no, that has to do with something else, and it's easier to dissect the question that way. I don't know, but the open questions really get you. So went into this the night before the exam. I took like one last trial exam and got 98 out of 100, and it was so easy, and I was like, oh my god, that means if like last semester's exam was easy, it usually means that the next semester's exam is going to be a lot harder. Which I hate that they do that, but they do it because obviously a lot of people will have passed or gotten a good grade. So I feel like they have a certain quota where they think this is how it should be. Like this amount of people should fail and this amount of people should have the best grade and so on. And because last year's was so easy, I kind of went into it already knowing this one is gonna be a lot harder, and it was so hard. Like they asked so many questions that totally caught me off guard, because they didn't just have trial exams of like the last few years. There were also quizzes to prepare you for the exam, like questionnaires, stuff like that, loads of them, and none of them featured that one topic where they literally just threw you right in, which is also mean because I feel like most exams that I've ever taken in my life always started with a few questions that were super easy. Like anyone who's just revised a little bit would have known them, because it gives you a good feeling, right? It sets the mood to be like, okay, I can do this. Like I already got 5 questions right, that's 5 out of 100 points. I need 50, and it kind of already makes you feel more confident going into the exam. But they asked like the most random shit at the beginning of the exam, where I was just like, why are they asking this? I don't know any of it. Like literally, they have asked a few things about like the anatomy of the brain in previous exams, but it was all like the same questions, the same set, and about the same like general part of the brains. And this time they were like so deep in, and they showed you like a, oh my god, I don't know what to call it, a picture of the brain, but like when your brain would be cut in half from like nose to the back of your head, that kind of like frame. I don't know what to call it. Perspective, whatever. And they just like picked the most random parts and were like, what is this? And I was like, I don't know. Like, this has not been in the lectures. I like, where should I know this from? It was very weird. And they were like, quite a lot of those questions, and I have to get 50 to pass. And it was very annoying because to start off with, I kind of went into just revising, just being like, I need to pass, grades do not matter. Like at this point in my life, I'm just like, whatever, I just want to be done with uni, you know, I want to get going, I want this over with. Grades, secondary, you know, it would be nice to get a good grade, obviously it feels good, but I was just like, it's whatever. And it was so annoying because I went in thinking I could maybe even get a good grade, and now I definitely no. I mean, do you know that feeling after taking an exam where first you're kind of like, yeah, that was okay, and then you start dissecting all of the questions and you're like, oh my god, did I get this wrong? Did I get that wrong? Was this right? Was this wrong? And then you dissect it so much to the point where you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna fail because I got so much wrong. And that's great. That's marvelous. I also it's a bit weird because you went in and everything was on an iPad, which I didn't know because I researched like the day before, but I thought it was a bit weird because open-ended questions you had to like reply to on the iPad and they didn't have a keyboard, so it was a bit of a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. And you had 90 minutes, I believe. I took 40 and that was already more than I needed. I was kind of like, I could go already, but it's kind of embarrassing to leave. I feel like when people leave early, everyone just assumes you didn't do well. But for me, it's like, okay, my ADHD brain, it's like, if I don't get it right the first time, I won't get it right the second time. I just mess it up even more. And I just have to get through as speedy as quickly because I can't focus for that long. Like, I literally had a Coke with me, like an actual sugar one, which I don't drink anymore, but had one with me, and I would just take sips of it to like keep me boosted up. And I was like, I just need the sugar to get through this, like to keep focusing on the task at hand and stay like hyper. And it was kind of funny, but anything that more than 40 minutes and I would have not been able to take in any information, or like just it would have been awful. It would have not worked. So I tried to get through as fast as possible. Also, like a lot of the multiple choice questions, why was that so hard to say, were in previous exams. So a lot of them I already knew the exact wording of the sentences, and I just, you know, I took it a little bit slower than I did when I took the exams at home, just to be like, okay, we actually didn't mess up, you know, we actually replied with the right thing to the right questions. But I've seen them multiple times because I did all of the previous year's exams, so I knew what was going to happen and what the answer was even without reading the question properly because I just had it memorized. So yeah, a lot of them were just very easy, and then a lot of them were extremely hard. And the annoying thing is that it can take up to 8 weeks for you to get your results, and that is just so annoying. Like, most of it is multiple choice questions, so I'm hoping that they'll get through a little bit faster than 8 weeks, but I definitely overestimated how relieved I would feel after the exam because I'm still stressed now. I'm still like, did I pass? What grade will I get? This is so annoying. Why didn't I take last semester's exam? It would have been so much easier. And it's just frustrating, you know. It is what it is, though. I try to just not think about it until I get the email being like, hey, you know, the exams are back, you can see the results now. Probably won't happen. I feel like every now and then I will just think about it and be like, damn, but I thought I'd feel so relieved. And because of that fact, because I don't have the results, I'm not 100% sure if I passed. It's annoying, but luckily this semester still had a lot of like biology facts. There were like hormones, stuff about the brain, transmitters, neurons, all of these things that I do not want to know about, and it's just impossible for me to actually study that because my brain just shuts off and it's like, nope, I'm not hearing about this. So next semester is going to be a lot better because there's hopefully not going to be any biological facts, and I'm so over with it. I'm ready to dive into something interesting where my brain can actually comprehend the information it's been thrown at, but wish me luck for that semester. Anyways, video's coming to an end real soon here. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time. Bye!